circumstances, he's looked better than the number one pick in the draft, Cam Ward.
You think Dillon Gabriel's outperformed Cam Ward?
Yeah.
You want explosives in the pass game, not only vertical throws, but also maybe a 5-yard throw that can go for 20.
He don't even want to push the ball 7 yards down the field. Hasn't looked great for Cam Ward, but some people in the Cleveland media seem to prefer Dillon Gabriel over Cam Ward, and I want to kind of get deeper into it. So here's the clip for you.
Dillon Gabriel has underperformed so far in 3 games for the Browns. Reaction, overreaction.
That's tough because in my eyes,
It's not tough, Tony.
Yeah, come on.
What are you watching?
He's had one good game, which is the Minnesota game. I thought it's not the reason they lost. One bad game.
I'll let you answer.
Which I blame
let him answer the question.
on the game planning and the game management. And one game, which was this one. So, in my mind, he's underperformed. Okay.
Aaron.
But I don't think he's underperformed in their mind.
He's underperformed what you told me you were seeing in training camp. I know that.
I don't know what the Browns thought. They liked him enough to draft him with the 94th pick in the draft, and I think he's looked pretty much like a third-round rookie quarterback to me.
In his 3 games under these circumstances, he's looked better than the number one pick in the draft, Cam Ward.
You think Dillon Gabriel's outperformed Cam Ward?
Yeah. I mean, they're both.
They only have 1 win each. I mean, Cam Ward won a game too.
This was a part of a bigger video I was doing, and we kind of breezed past it. And I was just like, I was almost dumbfounded. I was like, what? How do you even compare somebody who has the full weight of a terrible team on his shoulder? How do you compare that to a player who, and Dillon, was not only handpicked for his systematic fit for Kevin Stefanski, was not only given first-team reps in the beginning of preseason, was not only shielded by a veteran quarterback in any way, every way, chances possible, as well as his head coach? That is not what Cam Ward is facing. Cam Ward is being thrown to the wolves. Cam Ward is being thrown to a terrible offensive play caller, terrible head coach, and his head coach is already fired. So when I see things like this, people comparing Cam Ward and Will Levis, right? Saying, Cam Ward threw for less yards and Will Levis threw for more yards, had more touchdowns, less interceptions, had less sacks given, less fumbles lost. Now, while all those things are true, again, looking at things in the vacuum is real nasty. I would probably argue that the 2023, which again, that's 2 years. I don't know if y'all can tell, but 2023 and 2025, that is different years. There were different receivers. There were different offensive linemen. Okay, the Titans have one of the worst offensive lines, and yeah, I'm a Cam Ward apologist. What of it? What about it? Okay, but let's just not be disingenuous in our arguments. Now, it has not looked great for Cam Ward. It really has not. Lowest NFL quarterback grades entering week 8. Jake Browning up top, one of the leaders in interceptions. You have Cam Ward at 51.9, which is interesting. He's only thrown, only is kind of crazy. He's only thrown 5 interceptions. The leaders have thrown like 12 and 11. It's really crazy. Dillon Gabriel right there. And it's actually a pretty significant jump. Shout out to Dillon Gabriel on the QBR that he's had. But let's go deeper into those stats, right? So rookie quarterback comparison. Let's really see if what Tony Grossi says is true. So Cam Ward versus Dillon Gabriel, 7 games played versus his 3 games played. So Cam Ward has 4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel has 0 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Hey, I think these are the stats that Tony Grossi looked at. Hey, and when you look at them like that, great job. And Dillon Gabriel, 3 games. He's efficient. He hasn't turned the ball over. How can you hate that, huh? Right? So, if you stop there, it's real easy to be like, well, the stats are in my favor. But when you go just a little, just a little bit deeper, just slightly, you're going to start seeing some other separations and some advanced data. Like, the nerds got a point this time. So passer rating on open coverage in 2025 season, Caleb Williams, 147.6, so that's interesting. He's had the best, well, I guess I'm assuming when someone's just wide open, right? Lamar Jackson and then Sam Darnold. So they take advantage of those opportunities well. Cam Ward, 98.5. You see another gap. That means, and you're going to see a little theme here about Dillon Gabriel when you look at the advanced analytics. Sadly, and now, like, I'm not a Dillon Gabriel hater, but if you're going to compare him to Cam Ward, let's compare. Let's really get into some stats here, right? This means that Dillon Gabriel cannot take advantage of wide open passes in the same way other quarterbacks can. Let's just start there. We're gonna start real slow. Tony, are you watching? Are you watching now? I want to play this video because it was very funny. Again, we sped past this, but this is gonna explain to you some more advanced statistics here.
Like I've said before, you want explosives in the pass game, not only vertical throws, but also maybe a 5-yard throw that can go for 20, so any explosives really help.
So, he was asked about, how can this offense generate more explosive throws? And his response was, instead of pushing the ball down the field, let's calm down. Let's not do that. How about if we go, I don't know, Oregon, right? How about we go college football? And it's so crazy because I was explaining a special person in my life. I was explaining to them the hash difference and how that fundamentally changes the game of football. And this right here, and again, this is not me being mean to Dillon Gabriel. This is me looking at it from a football analytics standpoint. The hash differences in the way that offensive coordinators attack space in college and as opposed to the NFL is completely night and day. Dillon Gabriel thinks he's still in college. Dillon Gabriel thinks he has college hashes right now, and we can just get all the way to the left hash and abuse one side of the field. No, that's not how the NFL is. You can't just run a bubble screen and your 5 stars are gonna outrun the 3-star from San Jose. That's not happening, DG. Well, I mean, I just like a little. What if I just throw hitches all day and I pray to God Harold Fannin figures it out? Really? And it's one thing to say that because I really do think that Dillon Gabriel, like people, for as much as people try to take Shedeur out of context, it's not hard to make Dillon Gabriel look like he's like, what, dog? What are you talking about? You want to throw 5-yard explosives, right? The perfect timing stuff. Like we could easily make him look stupid, but I don't think he's actually looking dumb. I think he's just telling it like it is. I think he's telling you the true idea, the quarterback that Kevin Stefanski wants. Because let's get deeper into these stats, right? As you know, we've looked at the statistics as far as average depth of target. That's at 6.1 yards. That's one of the worst in the league, right? But not only that, but also turnover-worthy plays. One of the worst in the league. I believe he is 49 out of 58 quarterbacks. Out of 58 quarterbacks that have taken dropbacks. So not only does he have a low depth of target, average depth of target, right? But he also puts the ball in harm's way. A lot of drop picks. But hey, that's what the statistics say. What else does the statistics say? This first one is average attempted air yards, because every single time I look at these things, I don't know what be going on. So I looked them up. I got them for you, right? I sorted by lowest, right? I don't know if you can tell, but Dillon Gabriel at a point, a half a yard split from Kyler Murray from the rest of the pack. So not only is his average intended, sorry, I spelled that wrong. I was just average intended or attempted air yards, right? So the average of what he's trying to do. So not only what it results in, but where he is throwing the ball on average is 5.5 yards. That's it. And it's an outlier in the negative side of being low, because you see it's a whole half yard off. You see the dispersion here, 6.1. Then you have another half yard here. Then you have 0.2. Then you have tight. You're pretty tight here, right? This is what ladies and gentlemen, when we're looking at data, this is called an outlier. It's extra bad. It's extra bad on the league average, but we go deeper, okay? Longest completed air distance. This is, again, all quarterbacks. This one is a simple, straight up, there's nothing fancy about this one. The longest pass you've had, I sorted from lowest, and whoop-de-doo, Dillon Gabriel and Tyrod Taylor, and Dillon Gabriel and Tyrod Taylor are the two outliers in this set of data on this side, right? Honestly, Bryce Young's an outlier. This is a nasty dispersion, and then it gets real tight here. All of y'all are nasty. Bryce, what's going on? Bryce is known to have a weak arm, to be honest with you, to me, if we're going to be truthful here, right? Again, I haven't seen Cam Ward's name. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. So Dillon Gabriel, bottom of the league. He has thrown the shortest attempted pass for his long is the shortest. Pause. That sound kind of crazy. Average yards to the sticks. Again, I want to point this out because these aren't just statistics that are just, okay, he has yards, he has QBR, he has this, he has that. Average yards to the sticks. He's not even playing efficient and effective football when he throws it. I don't know if you can tell, but on 3rd and 9, he's throwing underneath routes. On 3rd and 7, he does not want to get the first down. He don't even want to push the ball 7 yards down the field. We joke, he doesn't want to attempt anything 10 yards. No, the statistics say he don't want to attempt nothing more than 7 yards down the field. And we've sat here, we've watched these games live, right? And again, I don't hate Dillon Gabriel. I think he's good. I think Kevin Stefanski needs to probably tweak the offense and not make him drop back 58 times. I don't think that helps this, right? I don't think his schemes help either, okay? But if we're going to compare him to Cam Ward, not only everyone agrees that as bad as the Browns are, the Titans are they're in a they're rebuilding. All right, the Browns are in kind of like a half rebuild. They had a really good rookie class. So they're making up for it. So shout out Andrew Berry. That boy nice. You know what I'm saying? So clearly he doesn't have the same supporting cast. But on top of that boy is slanging it. Pause. Whoa, a little too much there. So I think that's important. I think it's important to show you that not only when you try to compare Cam Ward and Dillon Gabriel, is it because we whoop-de-doo, we gonna watch some film. We gonna watch them sling that iron. We gonna watch them sling that iron. All right, and not only does the ball look different, the athleticism look different. There's a lot of things that are different, but Tony Grossi, I think he's starting to get into rage bait mode at his age. He wasn't watching football. He wasn't looking at stats. I didn't even need to show you all them silly ass stats. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't need to show you that for you to know Dillon Gabriel ain't doing shit. But for the football people, I like to justify it, right? I like to show you something. So when I say some greasy shit, you know that it's rooted in numbers. It's rooted in outliers and how painfully mediocre Dillon Gabriel is, how painfully awful this Cleveland Browns passing attack is, how putrid and awful this team is on 3rd and long, because for the love of God, if they're not throwing a screen or if Dillon Gabriel isn't checking it down on 3rd and 8, I don't know what y'all gonna do on 3rd. Ain't happening. Hey, Quinshawn, can you throw that thing? Cause we ain't putting Shador in. Hey, Q. And he can pass. So let's get into a little film, man. And before we do that, no, we're not gonna do this. Let's get into a little film, man. Now, I just want y'all to remember. Look, we've sat here. We see Cam Ward hasn't had the best day. It hasn't had the best year. All right, it hasn't been what we expected. But again, there's a reason why the Titans were picking number 1 overall. But by God, can we see the difference here? Let's get into the red zone here, right? Now, we've seen what Dillon Gabriel does in the red zone. He either sputters out or they take him out and they put Quinshawn Judkins in, right? That's what happens. Now, he did have his first touchdown of the year and that one in London in the red zone. So it's not like he's incapable of the red zone. But I want you to know if DG's doing this right here, okay? So he's gonna get pressure up the guzzlet, okay? Right up the guzzlet, okay? And obviously we've got to go slow here. We can't show you too much here at one time. He's gonna be drifting in the pocket. He's drifting, and then boom, he's got that bit of athleticism. He's gonna keep it alive here. He's gonna keep it alive here. And this was actually, this was his first touchdown. This was his first career touchdown. He's gonna roll, and he's gonna do something that is literally illegal in quarterback. Like, this is illegal in football. Rolling one way, throw across your body the other way. But again, it's a little different when you see things like this, right? So some people see this and see, okay, well, that's a God-given ability. That is absurdity, that you just did something that would get most quarterbacks benched, right? Most of them benched, throwing wildly, and it's just a perfect dot. It's a perfect dot across his body. So just pull me up the Dillon Gabriel throws like that. He wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare. How about this would have a little more distance on him? Again, keeping his legs open. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be able to give a little bit of scramblability, right? Be able to keep these not so great pockets from the Cleveland Browns, keep them open with some opportunities, right? Hadn't looked that way. But Cam Ward definitely has been trying his hardest, his damnedest, right over the defender, right? Dot. Pushing the ball down the field. Would you look at that? We go scramble drill. We open the ball up. It might not be conventional, but by God, you going to move some sticks. You're not going to sputter out. 1st and 10. We go play action. Is that Willie Anderson one-on-one? Yes, that is Willie Anderson. But don't worry. The Texans are buns. It's all good, Cam. So he's going to get up off of him. He's going to stand. He's going to plant. And by God, would you look at that? Would you look at him throw, again, across his body from the 30 to the 30 and puts it up there, gives his big body, Alec Iomanner, a chance to go up there and make it happen. Now, more play action here. He's going to go out and get space. And he just lets it whip. And as you can see, the hashes are tighter. So that means that you don't get as much of a benefit when you're on either hash. You can't manipulate as much space. Bomb, boy. That's a bomb to 1-7. What y'all talking about? Tony, please, where is it at? Where? Hey, statistically speaking, we know it's nowhere. Nowhere. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it from Dillon Gabriel, okay? So before we get to talking too greasily, let's watch some film. Let's look at some stats. Let's drink some warm milk or something. Whatever you older gentlemen do. Because hey Tony Grossi, I respect you. He's been turning on Dillon Gabriel. He's not putting up with this. So I respect it. But let's keep everything in perspective, man. I'm still a Cam Ward guy. I'm still a Shador guy. I'm still a Dillon Gabriel guy. But let's just be honest about the situation. Let me know how you feel about the situation down below in the comment section. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't. Subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, fashions, and factors. We'll see you next time. Have a phenomenal day. Continue to be great.